Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see. Let's get her going. Trying to remember what I'm doing. Just doing some stuff like right as I was falling asleep last night. Um my back's all messed up. I like hurt my back yesterday. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's get some GitHub going. I'm trying to remember what I did. I think I started a new repository. Um, yeah. So, and let's. Do I have? All right. Oh, this is all. This is for something else, but uh, enemy sprites. That's not even a thing. This is from like a 2D project, but I've sort of got what I needed out of it. So I'm gonna reuse this board though, because it sort of lines up with the name of this thing I'm thinking about doing. So I originally had like this lighting repo, which like has become basically like a framework that I've been using to learn everything. Which is what I've been streaming for the last, week or so. Um, Migrate GD lighting to this repo. What's the name of the other project? And then I can sort of what am I saying? Sorry, I'm like still waking up. What I'm thinking is I have all these different systems, and that lighting system, which is really the sun rising and everything, I wanted to strip that down into its own repository and maybe adjust it in a way that it could be used as an add-on or like a sub Git module to this project. I don't really know yet, but the scale of that project just totally ballooned into something it was never designed to be. Um, yeah, I just want a notepad to write a to-do list real quick. Um, uh, uh, I don't actually. This is like something I don't know if I want to do this immediately. There's something else I wanted to do with models. This is really. I'm trying to realize what I was doing last night because I also set up. I don't know if I've talked about this on stream or not. I have. I spent one day trying to get models into Godot, and I kept running into issues. You know, I'm not modeling myself. I'm just finding assets for right now. It's way too overbearing to be learning Godot and learning how to do 3D models. Before I was messing around with 2D stuff, and that's all well and good. I mean, that was fun, and Blender is a little bit too much for me to bear right now. Even I think the last stream I was trying to export something and I couldn't even figure it out. So I created this. I'm gonna call it an asset pipeline, I think is the correct term, where I can take FBX. I can take FBX. What am I trying to say? I can take an FBX file and turn it into a GLB file with it, and it brings it along with its texture. I've only tested it a couple times, and then I also made one where it takes like an FBX with a group of different animations and then converts that as well. And it's all just run on a script. And actually, it's a public repo if anyone's interested. It's FBX Blender GLB converter, and it outlines how to do it. It's sort of, way I have it working right now is you put the FBX file into the FBX folder. It's just sort of looking for the source files in this particular spot. And if it's an animated one, it looks in here, and then it just outputs it to the GLB folder, which, I think it's a good, nice script for the workflow I'm trying to set up, I believe. I might have it go like next level eventually, where I'm sure there's other stuff that I can have it do and, take away some of like the automation that I'm going to have to do manually with, I don't know, putting things into Godot or in my project directly, but I'm sort of keeping it isolated for now. Anyway, I need to get this down running, so. All right. Oh, I think I had this. Did I just clone this? Yes. Oh no, this was, I guess I had it down yesterday. So we'll do that. Script. So we'll try this script on some models. Set up a new project. I think that's good. I have like a couple hours I can stream right now, so why don't we? I think let's pull down this project too. I don't know. I called it Carcosa Node. I don't know if I really like that name anymore. Last night I liked it, but it's sort of like I'm thinking setting up like a framework that can be used for some sort of open world DayZ like world. And oh, that's the other thing, is this terrain system. I generated this technical guide that I want to review. That's the other thing. I knew there was something else going on. So, yeah, Daisy inspired. Yeah, so I was pairing with Claude last night, trying to come up with. We're reaching a point where I got to start making like a sandbox area with models and the terrain. And I'm sort of thinking maybe I should do something where it's like it's generated for me. But we're nowhere. I mean, this is sort of like an outline on an approach. Which I still need to read. I read the first version, then we made some updates. It looks fairly difficult to get going. So there's like 3 levels of details, and I think it's called. Is it called culling? Is that what it's called? Yeah. Okay. Let's start with okay, let's set up the new project. Then we'll try some models, and then we'll worry about the terrain. So before we set up the new project, I'm more or less like copying recursively this entire lighting project to the new project, and then this will become. I'll end up removing stuff, or sort of maybe just abandoning this. Oh yeah, we were doing audio. Yikes. Okay. What is this? What is this? It's not linked to anything. Doesn't seem to be linking to anything. Odd, because it was logging stuff to the console. Oh, unless my globals are maybe doing that? I don't really know. Oh, I know what this is where I was going to start bringing in 3D models. That's what that is. And I think I got. Okay. Okay. Flip-flop in here. I think maybe not set up the new project and that this other project can just focus on the terrain. Yes, let's do that. Let's do that. So I want to now check out FBX. Okay. Let's do some let's try out this script. So we need to get a 3D model. I'm trying to remember what's that Adobe site? It's like Mixamo. Yeah. Okay. I guess who do we want? Who do we want here? Kind of like Motorcycle Man. All right, crash. I think we're going to go crash test dummy. Or should we just do this like naked Ken doll thing? Nah. I like Motorcycle Man too. We're gonna be looking at this thing potentially forever. What's this? Pretty normie looking, that's fine. So I think I want to download. Let's see if I. Let's download this guy. Please sign in again. What the heck? All right. All right, let's download this guy. Okay. Well, we're gonna need this. We gotta put the guy in place. I don't know what send to arrow is. Download that. Let's get running backwards in place. Oh, it's standard run? Okay. We can maybe try to do a sprint. Strafing. How is this different? Oh, picking item up while running. Interesting. Strange. I don't know how to deal with this one in place. There's no in place. I'm thinking we just get like very vanilla basic controlling, like for now. The heck is this? Oh, I need like a jump. And then we'll do a running jump. That's not in place though, man. I know that there's like a way to blend animations, but I feel like that's not in the deck for until I get other things, until I learn other things. All right, I think we're just gonna try. We have enough to get something going. Let's try that. So. Yeah, we want to go to game dev. FBX. I don't think the folders are set up. What is this for? Oh no. Yeah, I should have FBF. Man. I don't know what that asset pipeline folder's for. It might be an error. So let's make the directory fbx animation. And then I think we want to make the directory for GLB. And then okay, we want to paste. All right, so running backward, running. I'm gonna call this. I'm gonna call this sprinting. Call this running. Jump. Okay. Is it weird that there's spaces in the names? I don't know. Let's just keep it for now. So we got our character, all these. So what we got to do is we're doing the animation. Adding character animations, okay. Create a folder, okay, did that. Place FXP file and all the textures in that folder, did that. Run individual file conversion, check GLB converter file. Huh. Is that? I have to prefix this with bash. Oh no, I don't have Blender in my path. Whoa. Oh wait, I'm not running as an admin. So I think what I want to do is uninstall or add remove programs. And I want to get Blender. I'm going to uninstall this. And then I'm going to install it through Choco instead. That looks crazy. Hmm. Ba, ba, ba. Yep.
God. Ah, shit. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna open this in code. I don't know. The Git bash, and I don't have my Vim really set up on this machine. Like the pasting ain't working like I want it to. It's just gonna be annoying. Oh. No, I made a new file. What the hell? Alright, whatever, I'll deal with them. I don't know why. Oh, that's why. Man, I am slow right now. Let's get our export path in there. It recognizes that? Like, okay, let's see if this works. Oops. So, okay. Now, if we go to FBX Blender Converter, and now, oops, I think we want to run bash, run pipe. That work? Why did it call it male casual? Uh, weird. Oh no, yeah, sorry. It was like I was like, oh, it's gonna chug for a minute. Um, so this doesn't look like the model at all. This looks like the one I tested with. I think the script's not working. Oh, it was in there. Okay, but I don't. Whatever. Yeah, we don't. I'll keep it. I'll keep it. I'll keep it. Let's see. How do we do? That's okay. I ran the wrong script, I guess. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. Well, this has a hard-coded value for this. I need to redo this so it's. My idea is just have it look in the directory and just sort of like do it all at once. See if that worked. So we should have, yeah, renamed it. Kind of a bug, but let's just see if the character. I don't want this guy here. And we'll put this one here. Yeah, it seems like it's chugging. All right. I think this is what we wanted. It's cool. So I think let's call it player. I think it's capital P is how it goes. And then all of this. Boom. So then this will be a gray screen, right? Yeah. I want to open up my other project that I have this kind of working on. So we have yeah, let's see how. I don't know. See, this is an FBX file. That's the FBX. I thought I had this. What is this? Oh, yeah. All right, so we have this dude, bro, and then we have a game with a ground, and bro is just brought out. Okay. Oh boy, I'm having flashbacks. Yeah, how does this work? Oh boy. Yeah, this is where I rage quit. All right, I am going to close this. I'm actually gonna work with Claude and try to get an overview of what we're gonna do. Start a new chat. I have imported a. Can you talk in here? I was watching some people vibe coding and they were talking, and I was like, I never even thought about doing that. Okay. I guess we can't. I have ported a GLB file. Oh, there's gonna be a hardcore vibe flow right here. Bum. You know what I'm going to do? Because I have a bad habit of accidentally hitting return. Scenes. Play. There are also texture. I don't. I think it gets sketchy renaming this stuff because I think it's sort of like embedded into the file, but I totally could be wrong. We want to do the following. 1. Create a state machine. What do we got? Create a state machine that will use all the model's animations. to bind those animations to typical WASD keys and shift for sprinting. I don't know if this, I need to do all this. I think these are already in there like that. Use our existing we'll use all the models, animations, and work with the existing pattern of the project to make a new test scene with making a test scene where we can confirm the movement while working. Want a static camera zoomed out enough to see all the animations. This test scene will also need lighting and debug control. All right, let's just start with this. See what it does, and then we'll take it from there. Hey man, we back at it again? Oh yeah, I'm trying to do 3D, totally. I'm actually, I've been trying to pull in, it was like a first time for me. I did one other thing the other day, but this is really going for it. I created a script that converts FBX files to GLB, and then I have that imported, and I try to get a state machine running with the different animations right now and just like a test scene with some lighting on it. But I did get, this is, you know, a leap forward for me is to get all the animations in. The whole Blender, FBX, all the different 3D file formats is a lot. And I'm trying to automate it as much as possible. Uh-oh. Claude just disappeared. Oh boy. I think it's doing stuff though. Stove, if you have any questions, since this is my field of expertise, then feel free. Yeah, I mean, I guess I am trying to figure out like what's the normal process. Like, so what I did is I picked a model from Mixamo, and then I've been just doing like I picked this crash test dummy guy, and then I've been picking. That's a terrible, like running, for example. I've been just exporting them like this, in place with the skin, like everything, no keyframes, and just 30 FPS for now. And from what I've read, that's the right way. I tried originally to do it in Blender myself, and I was like, this is a lot. I'd rather not learn Blender right now. So, I just have Claude wrote a script, and it just goes through and exports them so I can import a GLB file, because I think that's the best format. First time trying it, so like, and I think Claude crashed. I see. In my case, I use Blender to combine all the animations into one rig through NLA. I export that to GLFT in Godot, which supports it natively. Okay. Through NLA. Okay. I'm not sure what NLA is, but I will research it. Yeah, there's the GLB and the GLTF. I don't know the differences between them. I need to research that also. But basically, I'm like hitting a point where I'm like, I have enough of these systems running and components and stuff. I want to see like a model interacting with just even like a flat plane. So that's sort of my next step in, getting some models, I guess, out on a scene too. It's the animation layering system of Blender. You just put it all in Mixamo animations and layers in the NLA, and Godot will treat it like separate animations. Okay. Yeah, the other day I was messing around, and my understanding was to have it set up like I'm going to let the AI do its thing because I think it's messing with these files. But when I click on this GLB file and it opens up that like 3D importer scene. I forget exactly what that window is, but it shows all the animations on there. And then I know that I think I'm supposed to add like an animation tree to the character, and then it'll open up like the whole animation at the bottom of the page, something like that. Yeah, I could import. I have done the FBX with a skin, so like I have like a little test I did in a different project that I did. I can actually show it. Once this is done thinking, I can show it to you. I can just show you what I've done. Although like it's doing some of the animations backwards, but just getting them in there was a huge hurdle. Okay, let's see what we're doing here. Animation textures. Let me explain the existing state machine components to understand the architecture. Understand the pattern. Check existing state machine to understand the structure better. Look at the player scene to understand the current setup. Now I need to understand what animations are available in GLB file. Let me check if there are any existing test scenes to understand the structure. Okay, it's doing the state machine, it seems like. Yeah, the animation player can let you view animation. The animation tree is for smoothly transitioning those different Mixamo animations. Yeah, I had that cracked my brain open the other day. There was I forget what it's called. It's like a flow chart thing where like you drag arrows around in the bottom, and I think you can like blend animations and stuff. And I was like, this is way too much for me right now. I'll come back to it. So I've been putting it off for a few days. I was listening to when I was exercising the other day. I was listening to interview with Mark Zuckerberg, and apparently Facebook's code base is over 50, or no, is it 50 or 75% AI written? And I was like, man, that is a lot. So I'm sort of like, I don't feel so guilty leaning on AI to do a lot of this right now. And I think Microsoft's as well was like 50% AI written. But yeah, just this like whole 3D pipeline coming up with something that works seems like it's a lot, and it's going to take trial and error to sort of see what works. Great, the unit test framework exists. Let me check if we need to add the animation state component to the state machine component configuration. Now let me update the entity type detector to include our animation state machine component. I should also update the state machine component configuration. That's right, you should. Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. Is about I have like I have a pattern that I'm trying to follow. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Part of me is like, I just want to sort of see what's working and what's not working and then get in there. At some point, I'm going to cut off AI and just sort of like try to do things myself. Just so I get mentally, fully understand what's happening. I've written state machines in Godot, like on the 2D side of things. But yeah, totally agree. I mean, overall, I think it does pretty good job, honestly. But that's, I mean, typically, I have this thing I'm I'm working on for like the terrain for the project. I was working on this. I did a typically come up with like a document first, and then I'll use this as sort of like base the architecture stuff on it. This is about like working with a large map, but I have to review this. Something I'm going to do probably later, but I try to keep up with like coming up with a pattern for the architecture before I have AI just like starts doing things, because I think that's where it can just sort of do whatever it feels like at the time. It might not follow existing patterns. I mean, it also has like a huge context file on what is already happening in the code base. Is this thing seizing up? Yeah, it's mostly when you're confident with your abilities that AI becomes less and less useful. But even for me, I usually just get AI to do this stuff I'm too lazy to do. Totally. I mean, I think that's really, it's like you want to be making like the decisions, and then it's sort of just following your decision. Like you're the architect doing everything. And right now I'm sort of like, I'll ask it like for best practices, and it'll come up with like a few different approaches, because I mean, I think I was saying before, I've worked in like large teams, lots of coders on large projects, but nothing with Godot or gaming or anything. So, but it does seem like there are like recommended approaches and patterns and everything. So I'm winging it a little bit, but it's not like, I research it. I do a lot of reading before I started this. I've failed on a few other things too, so. I really wish I could get Claude Terminal working on this. I almost set it up in Linux. Like I have like Ubuntu built in, but I just haven't brought the whole project over. Oh, yeah, oh no, yeah, is this the, okay, I think this might have been where it got hung up. You're definitely approaching this way more meticulously compared to me, and this makes sense from your background. You have more of the experience with sticking to a solid structure and plan. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like I was working with like full stack Node.js with like a MongoDB backend. We built like a custom content management system out for like a really large media company, and just it was like the W3C, like our Git pull requests. It was like, had to get 2 thumbs up, but everyone was like, it was slow at the beginning because we were just like fighting over the names of stuff. I mean, it would take like certain things, it would be like, what are we going to name this? And have like a whole team meeting about it. So I'm used to like, actually, I enjoy that part of
programming a lot. Is this gonna blow out all of my tokens right now? I don't think it will. Trying to learning multiplayer and it's a trip and a half. Yeah, there's this other YouTube streamer. His name's Firebelly, I think it is. He like live streams. He live streams his. He does like a couple hours a day. He was actually on earlier this morning, and he's working on a multiplayer course that you can buy. I forget what. I'm trying to remember the name. It's like some website where people like sell courses. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it sounds cool. Multiplayer's scaring me right now, although I actually researched that my pattern I'm using is not the best for multiplayer. Like I think the command pattern is better versus like I'm just firing off events basically, and things are listening for those events. But there's something to do with like multiple, like you have to figure out if one player's doing something before the other player is, like with timestamps or something. I'm not too sure. I think I can mix that in with what I'm doing, which I might actually look into in like a week or two. Let me create enhanced animation states and demonstrate the pattern. Okay, I think it sort of got past the hump it was stuck on before. Oh yeah, Firebelly's awesome. I follow his code structure video for my project. Cool. Yeah, I started watching him, I don't know when it was. It was like a month ago. Whenever he started adding that first health globe, it was like the first stream I ever watched of his, and just seeing how far he's come with that project. And he's a really smart guy. But he was actually adding some system today, and he was having AI help him a lot more than he normally does. I found that kind of interesting. What is this? The Claude desktop app in the MCP server, it's not. The Claude terminal is so much better. I used AI for multiplayer base to learn multiplayer, and it worked. Nice. Yeah, I've heard that Godot has like not the best multiplayer implementations. But I don't know anything about it, honestly. That's just like something I read somewhere. I now know peer-to-peer multiplayer partly because AI taught me how to do it. Hell yeah. I think, yeah. Have you tried, is peer-to-peer the way to do it, you think? Or like having some sort of server set up? I think both approaches are cool. But I mean, if you have a game out with like having, some sort of like headless server of the game that you have to maintain also could be a whole lot of extra work.
Yeah, totally knee deep. I get it. I know. So like this map, like I want to generate like a terrain for the map, and uh, Claude was recommending that I install this. Is it still in this doc? I modified it a few times. Um, yeah, this Trains 3D. Is that what this is? An extension. I guess they used something like this for The Witcher 3. I was just sort of asking, how do I make a giant map? But I'm not starting with a giant map, but I guess this is it. Oh, terrain. All right, let me find this website. Terrain 3D. Okay. You heard it's good, well developed terrain builder for Godot. Yeah. Oh yeah, I was on this last night. Yeah, it does look pretty cool. God, 23-minute video. Wow. Wow, that's awesome. I've messed with like Arma 3 mapping before. That's like the only thing I ever tried, and that was years ago. Similar to Unreal's train system. I watched that. I think it was an Unreal demo the other day where they had The Witcher 4 on it, and they were showing some like tree technology that looked so incredible, like mind blowing how cool it looked. And particle system for instance trees, bushes, automatic LODs for performance. Pretty well featured. Cool. Yeah, I'll get there. I just want to have the player on the scene right now. So, is this... Let's see what happened here. Okay, duplicate, that's not good. Yeah, getting a character moving would be huge for me. 3D models definitely intimidate me. All right, supposedly this is done.
created a comprehensive animation state machine system that integrates seamlessly with your existing project architecture. Here's what I've delivered. Core components created. State machine animated. Components state machine. Animation state machine. Okay. I wonder what it did on the integration, the event bus, because I don't think much is needed. Scenes test, animated character test. I'm sure this, I've never had it just one shot something that worked. Scenes test. Animated character. Extends ref counted. That's right, I believe. I've never tried vibe coding like fully. I should try it, and maybe $100K like that one guy in the airplane sim. I don't know what that is. It could be fun for a game jam project. Yeah, I slowly moved into this like heavier vibe coding stuff that I'm doing now. I started out as like, it was tutoring me on how to do very basic things. And then I sort of gave it like I got bolder as I went on. But yeah, I basically have it make sure it sets up testing and follows all of my docs. And I try to review the code as much as possible. Because it's pretty complicated with everything going on right now. And all I have is like cubes on a flat plane. Update the character setup, probably load the component scripting using load. Pushing the limits are good to know it's good and bad at. Yeah, honestly, it's like the only thing I see that it does bad, which I think there's like, you can create a Claude. There's a Claude markdown file or something that it will like use whenever it does stuff. I haven't set that up yet. But it does like, sometimes it like tries putting tests in other areas than like the project like has tests in one folder and it puts it in a different area. And then I also see it do things where it like tries to defer for the next frame instead of like calling things in the correct order. So I have it fixed that kind of stuff. Um, Yeah, I mean, honestly, I like just learning how to work with AI, I think takes a little bit of time. And I feel like it's only going to be more and more of a requirement. I mean, Claude's got a lot of stuff it can do, and I'm just like scratching the surface. And I feel like for me, realistically, to get something, a project completed in 3D, I have to use it, or else like completely narrow my scope to like 99%. Okay. I don't know how much I like this. Let's see what's going on. See if it works. All right. I'll speak to you later. Have a good one. Thank you. I'll need it.
All right, I'm not waiting for all those because this is the issue right here. Do 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 do. Okay, what was I doing? Okay.
That looks cool.
Cool. So it's whatever state there's no animation for is just leaving like the default one. That's fine. Okay. Oh, that's what I was doing. I was opening. Is this the project? Yeah. I want to see my state machine states. Animated, moving. Okay. Where are the states? All state machine component. I haven't been in here in a minute. Okay. Integrates the existing state machine system and follows established patterns. I like to hear that. This component bridges the gap between logical state machine and visual animations. Listens to state machine state change via event bus. Huh. Huh. Get a second opinion here. Okay, I guess we're good. I think I've been through this before. Yeah, because the callback. Okay, whatever. Uh, We're already deep enough. This is maybe where I'm gonna wait till my fingers start bleeding on this to change it. All right, let's test this. Okay, I'll restart the scene. Some bugs. Let's see. Sprinting. Yeah, here's an issue.
Mm-mm. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's a regression. Because it's not extending the right class, I believe. I'll be right back. Okay. Problem is that moving state backwards extends moving state, but the moving state class might not exist yet. Let me check if moving state exists. Moving state exists. Let me check if there's a syntax issue. The problem is likely that the new states are extending moving state, but there might be a circular dependency or missing import. Let me fix this by making the new states extend the base class instead. Okay. Yes, this is what I thought it was going to do. Perfect. This, yeah, I forgot the moving state is, is a lot of code. So I broke it into like 5 or 6 different files. So I think I might be chugging through that. I might have to refactor some of this. Let's, uh-oh. The debug property doesn't exist. Limited to the state machine component. Okay.
Debug mode property reference but not defined in state machine component. Complex state files. The new state files had some complex method calls. Added debug mode. Okay. It's still broken. Ugh. That's why I do not like the desktop app. I'm gonna do my guitar while I'm waiting. Oh boy. I wonder why Claudia keeps puking like that today. I've never had to do it this much. Okay, let's see. I mean, the bug's obviously still there. Okay, guitar going away. Component state machine component, animated character test 27, logical state machine component. All right. Ah, we lost it. I really need to come up with a like instruction file for Claude, so it'll be. I mean, I do have a lot of markdown documents for it to read, but I think we can improve that process. Looking at test file at around 179 SC. Okay. Must be a different file. health component. Sort of, there's a circular dependency or class name conflict. I think the issue is that we need a different approach. Instead of trying to dynamically load and instantiate the components in the test script, let's modify this test approach to work with pre-built scenes. Looking at the architecture you prefer, we suggest the proper solution. Create using the test scene using Godot's editor instead of dynamic loading. This approach respects Godot's compilation process and avoids parsing issues. Also need to fix variable types since we're using set script instead of type instantiation. Let me check. Fix the type declarations. What file is this? I don't really like that fix. I just wanted to get it working and then we'll fine tune it. Okay. What? How is that even? Oh, it couldn't preload it. Okay. I is the config on the event bus or components? I think it's on the event bus. Event bus, core, no. Wait, is it in components? It is. Component registry. Is that a reserved name? Wait, class name. Oh, it's for the dependency injection, I think. Let's just see what it does. All right, I gotta go restroom.
You're absolutely right. The issue is likely related to the component adapter configuration. See, I know my architecture a little bit. Kind of know what's going on. Let me check the specific parser error on line first and update the necessary config files. I can see the issue now. Let me find the exact line causing the parsing error. It's around line 131, not 158. Let me check if there's syntax error somewhere. The error message suggests there's a var statement that's malformed. You're absolutely right about the component adapter configuration. Let me check and update the necessary configs. First, let me update the entity type detector to include the state machine components. Okay. Now let me add name patterns for state machine components. Yes, yes, yes. Selected. Oh! Oh! We're out of tokens. I gotta come up with a... I'm realizing as this project gets larger, my tokens are like... Well, how long have we been coding? 2.5 hours? And it's been sort of... I mean, it's been doing a lot. Did I have it? I feel like the animation stuff within the model is like heavy on the tokens, but I could be wrong. I don't really know. At least I know like where it's getting, where it needs to get we're still erroring out. Oh, my dog's outside. It's funny, it kind of gets hung up on the same things I'm noticing. And I don't even know. Yeah, the only thing that's using the state machine is like was like the first test file we created. Oh yeah, it's like turning everything off. Although, I mean, it was working a minute ago. We're gonna run out of tokens. Stage ED. Here, I'm just gonna do it in here. Okay. All right, what was solution? Broke circular pencil, removed problematic type hints in state GD that were creating circular references. Okay, so this is our base class, which is extends ref counted, which ref counted. But what is this? State transition. Okay. Did I hit my limit and that's where it's... Did I do something on this file? Oh, okay, I did. Okay.
Here's a base class. All right. Hints. Okay. Test compilation? Components. Okay. This is weird. Test compilation, where is that? Is that a new component? Animation state machine component. What is that doing? Oh, interesting. That's possibly over-engineered. Maybe not. The smooth animation transitions. Oh, here we go. Entity structure following component architecture. The solution creates the proper entity animated character. Uh-huh. What I don't get is how this was working until we added the new animations. Should have made the commit with everything working before I added more animations.
We hit limit. This is bizarre here. I don't like this. Like, this variable name is not okay. Like, it's very bizarre. But if this was just called foo, line 28. I think that's inherited. Could be wrong. What is this? Expected a variable name after var. Where is that? 159? 159. I mean, what? Is class name like a reserved word in GD script? I mean, I'm assuming. Yeah, it's a keyword. Okay. This whole UI is screwy. Handle compound state names like moving backward. Okay.
Okay, what I am going to do is, since that is kind of working, is, where's my terminal? Oh, freakity frack. Oh, how do I just show like, is it like this? Does this show like the last 10 commits? Minor bug fixes. Okay. I'm gonna check this out as a new branch, call it feature, 3D animations. How large are these 3D files? I don't like how I'm like bumping up with size limits on some of this stuff. I'm not used to that. Oh, it's not big. Oh, it's gonna do models in there. Yeah, I really. So we're doing scenes entities. But where does the model? Where does that model live on the disk? Right? So, yeah, it's 43 megs. Huh. I gotta figure out how to version control these large files. I mean, it'll fit, but it's like kind of it's like double that, we're in trouble. Okay, I gotta think about it. Like, I do like these files within this entity folder within like that specific entity. Like, I think that's kind of nice actually, instead of like having them all the way totally detached. Unlike audio, where I like having all the audio everywhere because it's kind of used everywhere within the asset folder. But just something to be aware of. Okay, added 3D model with animations and test scene is loading, but some states need to be added still. Dude, come on. What is going on with me? I'm like not thinking straight. What is going on? Get push, origin, feature. Oh, I spelled feature wrong. Oh, God damn it. That's what it was. Something was up. Okay, so I think when it added the new states, still up playing. I mean, we just fixed that class name variable reserved. Like that was bizarre that it used that. But I should see how like running works. Although I gotta end the stream. I got stuff I gotta do. But it's a tomorrow kind of thing. Okay, but we did get the model in the project. So that's good. Like the FBX to GLB script is working. It needs to be enhanced, but that's working. So yeah. So we're getting there. We're sort of like getting a flow down on where we're headed. Next steps, besides this animated player character, I'm gonna just have like world assets, like not a house, more like, you know, chairs and whatever free models I can find, just to sort of give the player some stuff to move around and try to figure out how collision, and after that maybe add another, like duplicate the player and have an enemy out of it and see if we can get any of those interactions working. But I'm talking, that's a little bit far out for right now. Let's push up. Okay. Progress. Making progress. Yeah, at least this debugger is working as expected. If we don't have that, we don't have sprinting, right? Those are the two. The two states we're trying to add. All right, yeah, I gotta run through that git diff later and wrap my head around everything it's trying to do and compare it to like what we were expecting. Because that new animation state machine, this file, I wasn't expecting this. And I don't know if that's like a standard way of going about it. Animation state machine. Actually, I'll ask Grok. Uh, state machine is another abstracted animation state machine is created to bridge the gap between logic states and visual animations. Sounds like it would be. Sounds cool. Okay, that is normal. Often consider a good practice in 3D Godot project to use a separate animation state machine. Oh, this is like the standard way of doing it. Okay. The animation state machine often implemented using Godot animation tree. See, that's where we're not doing. That's what we're not doing. We're doing it with code, which yeah, I don't really, I want to do it the normal way. I'm fine with the tests running it in code, but me, myself, and I want to be able to mess with the animation tree. So I think we sort of went too far, but we're just trying to get the character animating on the different states in a test, right? So we just want to see more or less if the file importer is working, which it appears that it is, but I mean, and we're learning more about how state machines and 3D objects work. Handles visual states such as playing the appropriate animation clips or blends, idle animation, run animation, transitioning between them smoothly. By separating these, you avoid tightly coupled gameplay logic to animation logic, which makes it easier to modify either system independently. Animation blending and transitions. Godot's animation tree is designed to handle complex animation transitions, blending and interpolation, smoothly transitioning from walk to run, or handling 2D blend spaces for directional movement. The animation state machine can react and change, and the logic state machine, switching to jump animation when logic states changes to jump, while animating animation-specific features like crossfading or blend times that aren't relevant to gameplay logic. Totally makes sense. That's great. An abstracted animation state machine can be reused across multiple characters or objects. That's how we're doing it already. At least with, yeah, so, you know, that was the plan. Allows animators to work on visual states without touching gameplay code, blah, blah, blah. Cool. If I ever have someone working on this with me, there we go. Animations often require additional logic such as handling interrupts, looping, conditional transitions. Okay, here's the implementation. Animation state machine. Oh, this is like where that error was. And like how we have it is like each one of these is its own file. Yes. Standard pattern. Okay. Performance overhead, huh? Yeah, I get it. All right. We're headed in the right direction. Cool. Ah, shit. Backwards line. And what was it? Sprinting? Alright. I don't really care about those errors. Cool, we got a PR open. We're not going to close it, but I need to rebase these off of this branch. Or I guess I can just squash them. I'll do that later too. Alright, well, little progress today. I'll be back on tomorrow. At some point, either later this week or next week, I'm not going to be able to even like be on my computer for like a week. It's going to be a hard week for me. Yeah, please like, subscribe. Let me know if you're interested in seeing this code. I could make it a public repo. And after the player stuff, I think we're going to start trying to generate like a map or terrain for the player to run on, something like that. And I have a whole bunch of docs for that I'm going to read over, and I'll review those on stream once a plan has come up. A plan has, outlined, I guess. Anyway, thank you, everyone. Have a good day. See ya.